Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome to another Racial Legends video, guys. Today we have the honor of having Chosen here right with us. It's the first time he's come on one of my videos. I've been to his channel many times, so I told him you gotta come to my channel and we gotta do a call up for my channel. So welcome, man. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing great, man. I'm excited to be here. You're right. We've been friends for so long, and it's never kind of lined up to make my way over here. So I'm excited to
Yeah.
make an appearance on the Cold Brew Gaming YouTube channel.
This side of the YouTube
That's right.
sphere. So,
That's right.
so how have you been since the patch? So the patch has been released like 2 days ago, 1 day ago. It's been a ton of lag, but there's something I wanted to have your opinion as well. That's why I wanted to come over for this video. Basically, what was my thoughts when we had those advanced quests at first was like, great, we get more rewards. But then I saw all the requirements of those quests and I thought, okay, I'm a content creator, so I'll be doing those because it's like my hobby, my job, whatever. But new players are gonna have it tough. New players are gonna be playing the game for so many hours now that it's becoming a barrier. Like they're gonna think of this as a job for them and they're not getting paid at all. So they're gonna have to do the normal quest, advanced quest, then do faction wars, clan boss every day, do normal arena, 3v3 arena, and then do use those tokens every single day because they need to compete with others who actually do those also every single day.
Mm-hmm.
There's forging, crafting items now, so you're gonna be chasing the events also, which come up every now and then. There's fragment summons. There's so much stuff going on in the game. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot going on. It's really tough because you do want players to be able to spend the amount of time they want to spend. Like if somebody has the day off work or they've got a vacation and they want to play a lot, you want them to feel like they can without spending a bunch of money and having to buy a bunch of energy and things like that. But you also want to walk a line where someone doesn't feel like they have to play 4 hours a day just to finish their daily quest. So it's a really tough line to walk. And I think the game was in a good spot. I think now it might be getting a little bit on the intense side of having a lot going on, like you said. So it's really important to structure it in a way where those advanced quests, you don't have to do it every day and you won't fall behind. Like, you notice how it's a slog to work towards that legendary book. So you can have a day where you do 2 or 3 quests, and then you can have a day where you do 4 or 5 of them. And no matter what, you're still working towards that goal eventually. I think they got it as right as they could have gotten it. But yeah, you're dead on. Raid is becoming an extremely intense game in terms of what you need to do daily, especially if you are a very developed account in a high level clan, attacking Ultra Nightmare and doing 3v3 and doing the classic arena and your dailies and playing the 3 hours a day to get the energy and doing your dungeon runs and doing your auto battles, your campaign farming. It's like, it just keeps going. So you are right. It's something they should address. And we can talk about ways that they could address it as well if you were keen to have that discussion.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm thinking about all the ways that the game takes time away from us. I know we enjoy the game, but there's clan boss, which takes at least 10 to 15 minutes depending on your setup. It's gonna be auto sometimes it won't be auto. And that's at least 4 times a day, 3 times a day if you're not that active, 2 times a day if you're just doing the bare minimum. Then you've got to do at least 10 fights every single day in the arena. And arena, we have how many? 30 fights, 34 fights, I think is the number. So we get 24, then plus 10, plus 5.
It's like 36 or something,
39, yeah. So there's 39 fights in classic arena. There's 10 in 3v3, and then you get a free refresh from advanced quest now. So there's another 10 in there, which take at least 1 minute each if you're good enough.
Well, and that doesn't even include 3v3 is whoof. You've got to like design 3 different teams and constantly swap champions. And I'm sure you experienced this when you're up in the gold league.
Right.
Every 3v3 team provides different challenges. You're like, okay, they have Torment. They've got a Ray on defense. They're going to strip my buffs. Okay, this person has a Duchess. They've got a Siphi. You're sitting here, you're mixing and matching your offense teams. It can be 3 or 4 minutes of setup just for one opponent sometimes in 3v3. So
exactly. Yeah,
it gets crazy.
That takes away, more of your time. I know it's more content in terms of, it makes you think of the champions you have. It helps you actually bring out more value out of all your champions that you do have 3v3. But maybe other areas in the game can be optimized in a way for us to spend less time in there, at least not for the whole part or of our gameplay. For example, the dungeons. Okay, so we've got currently the autoplay feature. For free players, it's 30 fights a day. For paying players who do have the raid pass, it's 100 fights a day, which is basically like an auto clicker designed by player, and it actually runs the game for 100 battles, however long that fight is. What my thoughts is, and you probably know it already, is an example like Dragon Champions. That game has an auto-complete feature, and it's available basically once you 3-star a fight, a stage, you can autoplay that stage and collect all the rewards immediately. So what my thoughts were, why don't we have this in Raid? In a limited quantity, of course, not having unlimited like Dragon Champions, so that we can do it at least 10, 20, 30 times. Maybe paying players can do it 50 times. Spend all that energy immediately, say in Dragon, in Potion Keeps, whatever, and then just have that done immediately, and then possibly focus on Arena, which is what Plarium is also focusing. So that was...
I love the sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off if you had something else to say, but no, I love the idea. Yep, I love the auto, and an idea I would like to see implemented. Well, and I also don't want to gloss over the fact that there should be a ×3 in the game. I think adding on to the ×2 and adding a ×3 tier would help a lot as well. You'd have those 10-minute clan boss fights become 7-minute clan boss fights, so that would be a lot of fun to add another tier to that. But what I was talking about was a simulate to end. So like you do your clan boss fight, you set it up for the first 30 or 40 seconds, and then have a simulate to end feature that you can just click and boom, it simulates it to the end, and it goes full auto to the end and just auto calculates it. That would be really cool. Think if you could set up your clan boss team 30 or 40 seconds and then hit simulate to end full auto, and then boom, it just snaps up 23.78 million damage. And like you could do certain quality of life things that would really speed up the farming process. You could also have that in dungeons. You're doing a dragon run, right when it starts, you click simulate to end, you get a certain amount of those per day, and it just boom, it snaps right to your it's kind of similar to an auto ticket feature. But I think it's really important in the clan boss, because you've got some players that are spending 25, 30 minutes a day in clan boss battles. Just having a feature in that one area of the game would significantly help players.
Yeah, that's what I also think. Like, there's a ton of areas in the game that can be, automated more. But I don't know how that would affect the players in looking at the whole raid experience as a game if everything is automated, and they won't be within the clan boss after a while. Like, they won't go in because they know they can, simulate the final results, and it's easier than to them. So I don't know how that could be implemented into the game to make it easier for players. Maybe with the addition of another clan boss, like the Hydra that we have been advertised since last year with the roadmap. The Hydra boss supposed to come up sometime soon. I don't think this year is the time for the clan boss. I think it's gonna be next year.
That's not gonna happen. Yeah, that's not gonna happen this year.
But by that time, I hope we get some way, at least for clan boss, to be automated. Like, let's say you complete at least 100 days of Ultra Nightmare, the ultimate chest, you should be able to auto-complete the clan boss at Ultra Nightmare. Maybe that's one of my thoughts. Maybe, or with the Doom Tower that's coming, that's an additional time sink in the game. It's gonna take 1 month to reset, but still, it's gonna be at least 5-10 fights a day that you have to go in, whatever the difficulty is. So it's gonna be normal and hard mode. Probably we both are going to be trying on hard mode just to see how tough it is, but that's an additional time that's going to be needed to actually play that part of the game. That might be more exciting to spend your time than just go and do faction wars for the 1,000th time, just because it's been out since last year and you've done it 1,000 times. And that also takes a ton of time, because those waves are like level 280 and they take a while to get down.
The time sink is definitely real in raids. So I think going into 2021, that needs to be a focus on introducing some sort of mechanic that can help people alleviate the time sink that Raid has become. I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of Plarium needing to put on the theory crafting hat and dive into some meetings and figure something out for 2021, because especially with the Doom Tower, and if they ever add a Hydra clan boss and the 3v3 arena and now the advanced quest, it's definitely snowballing, and by the time you kind of blink and look up, you're like, wait a minute, I'm playing Raid 5 hours a day. Like, what happened?
Yeah, because I was also thinking, how do other content creators do it when they also have a free-to-play account? How can they do like now also try to do faction wars, try to do everything that you do on your main account, but do it also on a free-to-play? It's gonna take a ton of time, which you could be doing on maybe focusing on more content or something else. And yeah, I really hope they try to find an answer to that to help players, basically. I know for some companies that it's an actual metric in terms of their success, like the time that players are actually in the game and doing something within the game. So it's an actual metric, at least for EA. When I was playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, they had that as a metric, like the time that a player is logged into the game and actually doing something. It's a metric of success for the game, for the app. So I don't know if they do have it, and if it's the same for Raid, and that's why we won't ever have an autocomplete feature. So
and to your point, a lot of people have brought up the idea of, why can't the sparring pit automatically go to the next level when they hit? And I always tell people that's designed to be a mechanic to get you back into the game. To be like, oh, my sparring pit champions, they leveled up, I got to go back and reset them. So that's design. Like, they're never gonna make that auto level up your champions, because the sparring pit is supposed to be a mechanic that brings you back to Raid and makes you reset it. It just kind of gets you back in the door. So there's, to your point, there's all sorts of mechanics like that kind of hidden within gacha games like Raid.
Yeah. Just for the metrics, so they can analyze players. Whenever they click this part of the game, they know that they're gonna go for the pack or not, and if they log in, we're gonna push the pack again on their face. Buy it.
You
now.
notice the sparring pit. Yeah. Notice the sparring pit is way to the right. It's right by where the offers are listed, kind of on the bottom right. So, and the sparring pit is the mechanic to get you back into the game, and then it gets your finger right next to the side of the screen where the offers are. So yeah, it's all a big metrics and marketing type thing.
Designed by Plarium for optimization.
It's just like a grocery store. They always put the milk at the way back corner of the store because they want you to walk past everything to get the it's all
exactly.
There's so many thousands of things that happen to us as consumers that are designed to kind of min-max the masses that we don't even kind of realize.
Yeah, you know what they haven't added though is, like, when you exit the game, they haven't told, do you want to buy this pack first? Before you exit the game. Like when you go into a shop, right on the you know, the cash register, there's some stuff that you can actually buy right before you leave the store. They could have had that.
The packs of gum and stuff, like,
oh, Plarium needs to hire me.
Yeah, right when you log out, it's like for 10 cents you can get this one speed item or something.
One more glyph. $10.99.
Yeah, one glyph.
Right, man. It's been great as always when we have this talks and brainstorm about areas of the game. I just wanted to have your opinion on the whole time sink that the game has become and will become in the future if no action is taken, in my opinion at least. I know it takes a lot of my time. I know it takes a lot of your time because you also do content on it, so you have to do more than the usual stuff that other players do, just because of YouTube. But yeah, you want to say anything before we close this up?
No, I just want to give a shout out to you because it was definitely a good idea for a video to get a discussion started out there about the time sink that Raid has become. So I hope people will talk in your comment section about their thoughts on if the game's becoming a little bit too oppressive in terms of time spent, and start maybe driving some discussion and content creator chats and within the community on things that Raid can do in 2021 to improve. So I think it was a good idea on your part to start that discussion. And yeah, thanks for having me. I'm just doing my normal thing on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm looking forward to hopefully doing another collab with you here. We try to touch base about once a month. It's always a good time.
Yeah, that should be great. Yeah, I'll add your links down below in the description and the comments so people can find you. Thanks a lot, man, and we'll talk either on your stream or, as always, on chat on Discord. Thanks a lot, man.
You bet. Thanks. Have a good one.